fitness last week, you know, with me and Luke doing the whole 30 and working on fitness. We had a strength and conditioning coach last week, and this week we have a healer. You know, he does strength and conditioning and health related things, but he's also a healer. My man Damon Fontleroy, why don't you let him know who you are and what you do, man?
What's up, y'all? My name is Damon Fontleroy. I'm a molecular bionutritionist. So what that means is I specialize in how to feed atoms, molecules, and how to feed your body on a cellular basis instead of being a slave to like your tongue and what your stomach wants or what your mind works. I teach people how to feed cells in order for their body to be in proper, in the best shape and best health that they possibly can be. On top of being that type of nutritionist, I'm also a certified yoga teacher. I teach yoga from, comedic standpoint. And then also on top of that, with my nutrition, I also read natal charts to help more severe clients with their nutrition, whether it's a cancer patient or herpes and things of that nature. I read their natal chart to come up with, a more scientific angle to help them heal. So on top of being a healer, I just want to make it clear that everybody is born a healer. I'm not just a healer. I can help you heal, but you're born a healer yourself. You just do things and eat things that stop you from healing. So everybody's a healer. I just assist y'all in y'all healing journey.
That's what's up.
That's
man.
dope, man. Yeah.
What you about to say, bro? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that was dope because you just let people know they're empowered to heal themselves and make that
Facts,
change
man.
if they're ready.
That's a good point you made too, because it kind of follows the also theme of what we're saying about fitness, not health and fitness not being something. It's not distant. It's something it's practical. It's doable. It's realistic.
Absolutely.
And it's a reality because this was going to help you continue on to have a healthy, happy life. So
yeah,
man. So I don't know, man. It's just like you want to get into a little bit of detail about what you do. As far as like on what regular counts for regular basis.
So I have a few different ways that I assist people as far as if somebody comes in here and they have herpes or, cancer or whatever they have, I have a few ways of diagnosing people.
Okay.
I read their face first.
Mm-hmm.
Once I read their face will tell me whether, they got puffs under their eyes, that means they got a lot of fluid in their kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get that out of them. Or if they got wrinkles in their forehead, I know they got intestinal problems.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, then I'll move to my bioscan. My bioscan is just a machine that scans people's body on a cellular basis.
Okay.
Like I said, I deal with cells. I don't deal with your tongue and what you want to eat, that type of thing. So my machine scans your whole body, tells me what's going on in your body, if your lungs need some help being healed, or if your kidneys need healed, or your liver. The bioscan tells me what's going on in your body. It'll also verify what I saw on your face. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I go from that step, if they do have a major problem that I can't find, then I'll move to their natal chart, because the natal chart will tell me what artery is messed up in the heart. It'll tell me if you got a tendon in your knee that's bothering you. I'll tell you the specific joint in your body that's going on, with your natal chart. And some people come to me for their natal chart just for psychological aspects. Like, I want to know what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are.
Okay.
I want to know how to evade these bad patterns that I use in my life. So I give them, the natal chart gives me their polarity. You only have two choices in life.
Okay.
You can manifest the positive or you can manifest the negative.
Indeed.
But if you don't know the negative pattern, then you don't know how to, negate those type of things. So when people come in here, man, they come in for various things, whether it's health or a natal chart, or just, the natal chart is the deeper thing, because that's all about you once you came to this planet. It tells me your purpose on this planet. It tells me your health, potential health problems you're going to have while you're here.
Right,
natal chart tells me what elements that you need most while you're on this planet. You may need carbon more than he needs water. He might need more water while he's on this planet to keep all his glands flushed out, so he doesn't get sick. And everybody has different things. Natal chart will also tell me what career that you would be best in. It also tells me what environment you like to be in. It also tells me how you like to learn. Are you do you like to learn what are they called on the natal chart? Are you a sequential learner? That's what it is. It's either you're a sequential learner, and it teaches. Man, the natal chart is deep, bro. They tell me everything.
Real quick. I could have used one of them when I was a kid, as far as learning it when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? That would have helped me out a lot.
Absolutely.
It's just dope, man. Again, you know, I know we kind of keep touching upon it, but again, the holistic aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like people think fitness is just I lifted 10 weights and ran a mile. Nah, it's more to it than that.
It's more to it.
You know, and even when it comes to food and eating, it's more to it than that. You know, this is a more specific approach to to get your health and your fitness and your entire condition as a human optimized. Right. I think that's one of the best things about what he does.
Yeah.
You know, because like we said, he's a healer. Let me ask you this, man. What got you in? What made you opt to take this path, man?
I would say the main thing that made me get into this is because my dad passed from a heart attack. So once you can see a path and where that path is headed, it's either you keep going down that path or you try something different. So I said, you know, I'm getting up in age. My dad passed at 49. I'm 46 right now. So I said, hey, man, I potentially have 3 more years before I can have a heart attack if I keep going down that same path. Man. So I said, okay, let me try something different so I can try to evade this heart attack.
I hear that,
You know, so that put me on this path that led me to the Kemetic yoga, teaching yoga. It's all about self-compassion, putting yourself first, you know, also like I'm vegan too.
That's
I'm almost 4 years vegan, right? So
wow.
Most people you meet, they're gonna tell you, be vegan, be compassionate for the animals, be compassionate to the earth. I'm like, okay, that's cool, and I get it. I understand all that.
Most definitely.
But why don't y'all talk about being compassionate on your heart?
Facts, man.
Why not be compassionate for your lungs? Why you not compassionate for your intestines? So my thing is, so I got a business also on the side of this, which is my nonprofit.
Yeah, let me know, man.
It's called Protect Your Organs.
Okay.
And it's also a book I'll have out probably within the next 60 days. It's just my theory on being vegan, like protect your organs. Don't. I mean, yes, I love the planet, I love the earth, protect the animals, all that, but protect the insides. The insides of your body is trying to keep you alive.
Most definitely.
And your inside of your body's worst enemy is you if you're not putting the right food in it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, the body's a temple. You know, and what were you gonna say, bro? Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, you know, it's important for people to understand. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I got a cousin who's 68. I was telling Damon about that. He's been vegan. I'm 45 now. He's been vegan since I was a baby.
Wow.
And you could see it on. You could see he looks like. I mean, I'm probably better than me, but you know, he's 68. He doesn't have a bunch of wrinkles and stuff like that. And even when he goes to places like Whole Foods, they ask him to show ID because they don't believe that he's a senior citizen. Wow. This man is 68, and so, you know, and I'm not gonna front. I dabble in and out of veganism, but at the same time, I appreciate the fact that you were specific about letting people know it's not just about, you know, the animals and stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with it, like you said, but the whole point is just like you said. Yeah, I mean, your body is a temple, and that's really the approach right there.
Period.
If you want your, you know, to preserve your condition like my cousin has at 68, you know, and who knows beyond that. You have to treat your body like a temple, and again,
Period.
A holistic approach. You know. If someone was wanting to get into fitness, man, or into what you were doing, what would you suggest to them?
To get into like the nutrition aspect,
or even just to take this path, if they wanted to kind of start, if they said, "Look, I got health problems."
Okay.
What would the first step be? Like, if let's say if I were a new client, what would the first step for someone like me who's never done this before?
First step, I would, you know, either put you on my machine. That way, I can see what's going on inside of your body. I don't want to guess and say, okay, let's do this type of detox, and I don't know what's going on with you. Okay. So I'll put you on my machine, say, okay, you're having lung trouble, you're having kidney trouble. So the detox we're going to do is lung specific, kidney specific, so I can heal those organs so you can get back to normal health, so you can be healthy. You know, I like to heal organs. I don't like to say, here goes some pills, here goes some tea, just go on about yourself.
Indeed.
No, I target certain things. You know.
Excuse me, I ain't mean to cut you off, but I was gonna say also too, like, okay, and And that's the thing. It sounds like, so the first thing is a detox after you after you evaluate a person.
Yeah.
Okay.
That as far as the meal plan.
Okay.
I'll put them on a meal plan with like some detox. The teas up there. I make my own teas. I make my own tinctures for people to take. So I'll put them on a meal plan. Give them some teas. Have them drink the teas. And what we'll be doing is like a 21-day detox is the main one people do. So the reason they do that is because we're going to take 21 days to form healthy new patterns.
Indeed, man.
A healthy new lifestyle. We're just creating new patterns to get away from the bad patterns. You know what I'm saying?
And it's kind of the same as like what me and Luke were doing with the Whole 30. I mean, it's the same with you. Like,
Yeah.
are you noticing some difference with? Go. What were you gonna say? Go ahead, bro.
I was going to say that's where I started my career.
Okay.
I started with Whole 30. That's
Man.
what led me all the way to veganism.
And see, here we go right here. Look at where this guy him. The thing about it, and my bad. Look, I'm gonna get you in a second, but it just shows you, man, the benefit of starting. You start with food, even if you can't go to the gym 6 days a week. Start with how you eat. It's a what is it? It's a first step, and to who knows what as far as bettering your fitness and your health. What are you gonna say though? Like, what type of stuff are you seeing?
Man, I mean, I'm definitely seeing results because I was thinking about tracking my calories, but I realized, man, that's not even really important when you're eating whole foods. It's not important because it looks like I'm eating at a calorie deficit. Like I've already lost weight. I got definition. I mean, I was kind of on the verge of definition because I wasn't really like working out a ton, but like I knew I could get there pretty close. So I'm definitely seeing results, and when we're like 13 days in, so I'm excited for the end of the month.
That's what's up.
I started with Whole 30, bro.
Go ahead, man. Let him know how your experience with Whole 30 is. This
Whole
is good.
30
I
was
had no
beautiful,
idea.
bro. I started my nutrition journey with Whole Foods.
That's what's
my
up.
daughter and her family members have been doing Whole 30. They introduced me to it, man, and I did it. And it was a wonderful experience.
It's
bro.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
It changes a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just tell you, like, for what I dealt with, I recover quicker from workouts. Your pains and stuff go away. You have your digestion's better. Like you're a lot more alert. You just feel better. It's the most tripped out thing. I've met people on the internet who have had a lot of contention about the Whole 30. And again, I'm gonna say it like this because I let people know this. People will say, so, well, what about the products? I'm like, look, I'm not trying to knock that, but I like the theory and the idea of the Whole 30, right? Changing the way that you do things as far as like the food that you take in, and also, like you said, developing good habits. And the same like with you, Luke. You're starting this first time down the road. This is like my 5th or 6th one, but you're starting down this road, and you're already seeing a difference. And you're gonna after 30 days, you will have developed ways and habits that are different than what you were doing prior to that.
To take with you.
That's precisely what it is.
Yeah.
No doubt. Plus, the thing that I really like is it's resetting all my taste buds. So when I eat fruit, I'm like, man, this oranges taste good. It's sweet because I don't have all this processed sugar and all this like other things I'm adding. I mean, I kind of stayed away from sugar, but I'd eat my oatmeal. Like I'd eat a huge bowl of oatmeal, and I put either maple syrup or brown sugar in there.
Right.
And then of course I'm getting some processed sugar and different things I'm eating.
Right.
So man, that's definitely one thing that I'm like, I think I'm gonna be good on the processed sugar. Maybe have special treats.
Yeah.
But man, like the way that I'm able to focus on things, I don't feel like it's anxious.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got a lot more olive oil in my diet too, so my brain.
Dude,
is
them healthy
functioning
fats,
better.
man. Them healthy fats. I mean, and that's another thing too about the Whole 30. We probably touched upon this before, but it's the whole idea of shifting the paradigm from starch and sugars to fueling yourself off fats.
Absolutely.
Healthy fats, not hydrogenated oils. I think I made a mistake last time, but
fats.
no
Not Big
hydrogenated
Macs.
oils. Yeah, what'd you say?
Not Big Macs.
Nah, yeah, none of that, man.
Yeah.
But here's another thing though, to go even further. You do 30, 60, 90 days or whatever you do, you start to notice that you don't even want the stuff that you were eating before.
Absolutely.
You like you said, resetting your taste buds. You start to your entire way of looking at food and approaching food, and even your feelings and desire for food, it starts to change.
Right.
And
you have to do that because in society, what makes us the sickest right now is our I think we're just slaves to our taste buds.
Man, bro.
If it doesn't taste good, we don't want it, and
Man.
that's what takes us towards sickness because we're slaves to our taste buds. If it don't taste good, we don't want it, and that's not a good way to look at it. What's good for my body? What nutrients can I get? What minerals can I get? Should be our first thing. What am I getting from the food? What is it going to do for me?
Most definitely.
Like me, when I know like this interview or when I'm about to read a book, I eat for a purpose. It's like Floyd Mayweather or your UFC fighter. They eat for a purpose. They don't eat randomly. So like from when I want to read a book, I'm trying to eat something or drink something that's going to help me retain information.
Most definitely.
So that would be a dandelion romaine with some apple juice. Sip on that. Brain food to help me retain the information. So you have to eat for a purpose. Instead of just going to get a rack of ribs. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be sick and tired.
And you know,
all day,
nothing wrong with liking your food. And if you take a little bit more effort, if you put more effort in and a little bit more information as far as on the knowledge tip in your food, you can generally have both though. It's just, you can't just go, oh, I want to get
healthy balance.
Exactly, right?
Healthy balance.
I mean, and that's the key, man. And then it goes even back even further to what he does. Look at this. You take something like Whole30 and you begin to heal. And then you get, you know, to where this man is. This, again, he's a healer.
It'll help you
know,
evolve.
He's a healer.
I started with Whole30, period.
Man, we're just trying to tell you. Let him know what you about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
bro.
so.
I was just saying too, or thinking that it's like it's easy for us as humans sometimes to take our health for granted, because even though we might not be optimal, like we might not be an athlete, but we can wake up, we can walk and do the things we do, and we get used to having maybe these issues we're not even aware of that are holding us back, right?
Yeah, just what is it? Play through it.
Yeah, and then you're just you're just putting band-aids on to keep that going. You know what I mean? Like
it's like I tell people when they come in here, I tell them, look, imagine taking a shower with a 2 liter of Pepsi. Or imagine taking a shower with a pot of coffee. Every time you drink that Pepsi, every time you drink the coffee, you're giving your organs a bath in that stuff. Every time you drink it and every time you eat it. So you're giving your heart a bath with coffee?
Yeah.
Or with acid water called Pepsi?
Exactly.
That's what that's going through. And you telling your body to take it.
Dude.
I don't care what you need, you just take this.
Right.
Just bogus. We treat our insides worse than we treat anything on the planet, bro.
Check this out. And I was thinking about this about the whole veganism too, and about vegan eating. One of the things my cousin really touched heavily upon, and I didn't really think about this a couple years ago. He was like, your body needs enzymes for digestion. What happens is that when you tax your body with stuff like he's saying, like Pepsi and overloaded coffee and the whole nine, your body is like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this, but over time your body's like, look, I can't keep doing this.
So it'll show you.
It's gonna start making enzymes, it's gonna stop doing all kinds of stuff. It'll start to manifest itself in ways like heart problems, diabetes. My father, blood pressure, cholesterol. My father, like I said, and I think I might have mentioned this before, but prostate cancer runs heavy in my family. My father and his brother both had their prostates removed. So if I told myself, if I don't do something, it's right around the corner. So is diabetes, right? So the thing about it is, like, you have to recognize that your body is going to do what it can do, and it's going to do it well. But over time, it can only sustain that for so long. And enzymes is one of the big things. Your body reaches a point where it's like, I can't keep putting out enzymes to do this, because your body's, it'll start to fail because you're not giving it what it needs.
Because you're abusing it.
Exactly. Back to same thing. Back to what he does. It's the same thing. Again, a holistic approach. So you about to say, bro?
No, I was listening. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. And that's the thing, though, man. People have to understand. I like food. I tell people I like to eat. I love to eat. But at the same time, it's gotta, like anything in life, it's gotta be a balance. You can't just be eating, just eat. Me and Luke talked about this before a couple weeks ago. It's so easy to our relationship with food is another issue in this country because it's everywhere.
Right.
Food's ubiquitous. What are you gonna say, bro?
I was like, what you're saying is like, I want something that tastes good, like what my tongue wants, and that's we have that here, right? You can be like,
curse.
You got some nuts and raisins and some carrots in front of you, right? But you're like, man, Thai food's half a block away.
Exactly.
Like that's
or Popeyes, right? Or any of that stuff, and it's just like, man, again, we. That's back to what we said. You said you don't eat until 12, and that's like the intermittent fasting. Here goes another thing. Whole30 intermittent fasting, right? And see, look at this. When you give your body a chance to rest, when you're selective about what you put in your body, it's gonna treat you a lot better. It's gonna respond to you more favorably. Right. So but these are the type of approach you have. You have a more selective, well thought out. Exactly. Yeah. So, and this is the way you do it going forward. It's going to do nothing but benefit you and hopefully others around you when they see you practicing healthy habits.
Yeah, it's all about the demonstration, man.
Facts,
like
man.
me, I demonstrate to the whole community that to protect your organs is just my thing. That's my theme. That's my thing. Because our whole community, everybody in the community, 70% of us is sick.
Dude.
So that's why Healing Code, the name of my company, is a solution for any problem, any disease in our community. I have the answer for it as far as meal plans or anything, but you have to come to me.
Most definitely.
And you have to understand that disease is a problem, but the problem can be solved.
Most definitely.
With proper choice of food.
Most definitely.
Yeah, man, you look at how, like, we'll treat our cars, right? Your car's not running, you take that in, they plug it in a machine, they're diagnosing every little thing so they can fix the problem. It's like, why wouldn't we treat our own bodies?
Facts.
Come in, meet up with someone like you that can then diagnose everything. So you're not spend all this money on a gym membership, going and like hurting yourself because you have like, repetitive motion at your job, and you shouldn't be doing this lifting because you're not used to that range of motion, and then you're all discouraged because you got hurt, and then another year goes by and you haven't done anything in your health journey.
Yeah, that's
and
real.
then it just degenerates.
That's perfectly put, bro.
Dude. It is, and it just makes you think about the idea of atrophy. Every aspect of your body can atrophy if you neglect it.
Absolutely.
It'll atrophy. And then again, it's crazy how it goes, because you can either have it go in a positive or a negative direction. You can atrophy. You can say, oh, I got hurt, I ignored and didn't do like Luke was saying, and then it get worse and worse. Or you can say, look, I'm gonna take the first step and change, and I'm gonna start taking in more water, and I'm gonna start eating less. You can, and that can actually build, but it can go either way. But atrophy is real. Yeah. It's very real. I mean, and it ends
most
up,
vegans atrophy.
Elaborate.
From not just not taking in the right minerals. Like
a
person in New York, it's going to be extremely hard for them to be vegan because there's no sun.
Okay.
You have to be able to get that vitamin D3.
Facts.
And then that's different between European and Asians and black people.
Okay.
See, black people absolutely need the sun in order that should be our first food.
Okay.
The sun should be our first food. Well, actually, let me take that back. Meditation and prayer should be our first food in the morning, because when you meditate and when you pray, it feeds your cells neurologically.
Okay.
So that should be our first food. Second food should be the sun.
Okay.
Going out, getting that vitamin D3, that feeds the body. And then thirdly, if you want some food, then go seek some food. But other than that, your body is thoroughly, fed that way. But being a vegan in New York is different than being a vegan in Atlanta, because you're getting sun, you're getting all those proper minerals, and you can get the proper vegetation.
Good point.
But in New York it's freezing cold, certain plants aren't growing, the sun's not shining, so you go atrophy.
Right. And it shows, look at that, it shows, like we said before, health and fitness, again, taking on, this is just two examples of it taking on more than one, guys. Your demographic and your geographic location can actually affect what your fitness is. And then to further that, back to what he does as far as helping, people of African descent, the sun is what we come from. We're built to be in the sun. Yeah. So of course our nutrition and what we need, on
cellular basis.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be a little bit different,
than everybody else.
Indeed.
Everybody else, because you have to look at black people from this standpoint. We are solar beings first.
Yes.
But the problem is, it's 2021. And a black person can still go to the hospital and experience racism. Let me tell you what I mean. A black person, when they interact with the sun seeps into their skin. It activates what's called cholecalciferol. It's a hormone, goes in our body. The vitamin D3 seeps into our bones. That's why black people's bones are thicker and more denser than all other races of people, right? So when you go to the hospital and they say, hey, if a European or Asian goes in there, when the sun interacts with Europeans and Asians, they can find the vitamin D3 in their blood. But in black people, it seeps into their bones because our relationship with the sun is different. So instead of them telling us we don't have the technology to be able to find the vitamin D3 in y'all body, we just tell all y'all that y'all vitamin D3 deficient.
Interesting.
Because our D3 goes to our bones. It don't stay in our blood. So we experience racism that way. Because they still don't know how to diagnose our bodies.
Interesting.
It's cold, bro.
Well, and it's funny too. I mean, again, it just again on a holistic level and a more specific approach, recognizing that we all have physiologically are different.
Absolutely.
We're similar in other ways and different in others. And again, back to something like a meal plan what types of minerals and herbs and things of that sort that you need to optimize your condition. You know what I'm saying?
I think it just speaks to that you should be reaching out and getting some specific advice on yourself and not just go into some general source because when it comes down to us, each one of us is an individual and will have little nuanced things that each one of us need. You know?
Absolutely. Like you said, with the diagnosis with a card, figure it out specifically. Don't be guessing.
Man.
You know?
And it's like the one.
You don't want to throw a ton of money, like, oh, go ahead and change the tires. Go ahead and put a new engine in it. And all it needs is
my arm hurt, but y'all working on my leg. It makes no sense.
Nah, and that's funny too. That's such a good point you make though, Luke, man, because people will put money into everything but themselves. I mean, that's a trip, bro. It's like I'm a car guy, so I can relate. You keep your car waxed, you do keep it tip top, you know what I'm saying? And still you're 20, 30, 50 pounds, sometimes even 100 pounds overweight. Right. Look, I know dudes in our car community that's like this. They'll do everything for their car and they look like hell. So we have, again, back to that balance.
I call it 50-50 hygiene.
Okay,
you take care of you take care of your showers, you brush your teeth, you do all that, but you do nothing internally. That's 50-50 hygiene.
Man, some people don't even got 50-50. Let's just keep it 1,000.
Absolutely.
I think the thing too is some people don't even know how good they could feel. They're so used.
That's an excellent point, bro.
Year after year, just feeling, and they're just like used to that, man. I literally think if like somebody could make that real change. I mean, people have done it.
Most definitely.
Obviously.
We've done it.
Man, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a new person. Like, and then, that person wants to go tell everybody, right? Like,
Absolutely, man.
It's even like you saying, Luke, the concept of the idea that they've talked about, I think last 20 years, food is medicine. Right?
Supposed to be.
So I mean,
supposed to be.
So a lot, what do you mean when you say that?
Food is supposed to be your medicine instead of, like, instead of medication, you just eat the proper food, excuse me.
Nah, it's all good. And that's the thing though. I mean, again, y'all, hopefully, one thing that me and Luke aspire to always do, man, is connect and build. And hopefully we can connect with somebody, hopefully what you're learning from Damon, and from what we're talking about here, it'll help you on your journey,
Love yourself from the inside out. That's all we're essentially trying to tell y'all.
Facts.
Think about your heart sometime. Think about your lungs sometime. Don't throw cigarette smoke in your lung and then you coughing and stuff. You just abuse your lungs. So all we're saying is take care of your insides first, because that's the most important part about you. Your insides are trying to keep you alive. And if you're not conscious of it, then you're fighting against your own body. And you're your body's worst enemy if you're throwing trash in it.
Your health really is your wealth.
It is.
Man, what do you think in the next 5 or 10 years? What do you see fitness being, man? If you could just elaborate or throw an estimation on that.
For which communities?
Let's say,
for everybody.
I'm just saying in America in general. Do you think it's going to trend and get better or stay the same?
I think the trend. I think we're awaking. Some of us are awaking. And I think we're going to continue to evolve. Like me, I'm on scientific nutrition. I teach scientific nutrition. So people like me and others that are trying to make better choices, they will, continue to evade certain health obstacles. But people that are still following their tongue and their stomach and that type of thing, man, they possibly gonna fall off because they gonna keep getting these mystery diseases, man. And it's gonna be all bad. But following this traditional American diet, you're just gonna keep getting these American diseases, man. Dude. Cancer, fibroids, they're getting everything, man. And
Matt, Damon, real quick, man, you talking that made me think about something.
What's that?
All the time, like everybody's talking about cancer. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's, F cancer, all this stuff. I get it. But it's so funny. One of my favorite analogies is Hannibal circling Rome, because he circled Rome for 13 years. He wasn't able to take Rome, but he circled it and he did everything but took Rome. But nonetheless, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people, in my estimation, are like Hannibal circling Rome when it comes to cancer, but probably not even that close. They will sit here and talk everything in the world about cancer, treatments and everything, and they won't address wrong, which is the food.
Right. Period.
The food is what's making people sick. They don't even, you know what I'm saying?
Cancer, F cancer.
Yeah,
like,
man.
no, what about F your food choices?
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you say that?
Exactly.
Because cancer can only survive in a non-oxygenated environment.
Yeah.
So if you're not eating fruits and vegetables, that's the perfect environment for cancer to survive in.
Yeah.
But if you put oxygen into your body, what I mean is putting it into your tissues, not just breathing oxygen.
Yeah.
Your tissues need oxygen. So if you put in spirulina, chlorophyll, dandelion leaves, romaine, these are oxygenated foods. So it goes into your body and creates oxygen. Cancer hates oxygen. It can only survive where there's no oxygen. So if you're a meat eater and only a meat eater, you're the prime place for cancer to thrive. You know, that's why vegans rarely get cancer, because their body stays oxygenated. You know?
And see, man, and another thing you touched upon too is like you talk about the lungs. What you gonna say, bro?
I was just gonna say, just remember the knowledge is out there. If you want to learn something, go out and research. It's like the best time in history for access to information.
Bro,
like you said, you got to go through. You got to find the right sources.
Yeah,
but man,
absolutely.
like honestly, it's like
just don't go with beliefs. I don't care about your beliefs.
Fact.
Your beliefs tell you that a cheeseburger is good with
Indeed.
cheese on it.
Indeed.
Yeah, your belief tells you that. Now, don't give me your belief. Give me the science.
Most definitely.
Oh, the cheese gonna clog my heart up. That's gonna give me cholesterol. The burger has grease in it. Cholesterol. It's gonna clog my arteries. Don't give me your belief. Give me the science.
Most definitely.
You know, so you gotta search for the science, not their beliefs, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a hard balance too, because like you said,
Indeed.
you know, like 70% of America could, you know, use some health changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's hard
more,
because
bro.
right, because like you don't want to be like uncompassionate, but at the same time, it's like
You gotta give them the balance, though. You gotta
gotta
be
give
brutal
balance.
sometimes,
Yeah,
and then you gotta be
it's
kind.
that tough
'Cause
love.
I give them both. I'm
Yeah,
like,
tough
look here,
love.
bro. You come in here. You've had high blood pressure for 10 years straight.
yeah.
You've unconsciously prepared your wife to be a widow because you're taking pills to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
real. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
man.
you don't want to die. That's what I mean.
Period.
That's
what
what
you
I
want me
wanna
to do?
hear. That's what I want to
You want me to
Most
baby you
definitely.
and tell you, oh yeah, stay on the pills 10 more years?
Yeah.
No,
You're killing
man.
your liver in the
I'm
meantime.
not gonna do that, man. You don't have time for them games.
Yeah.
You've been on high blood pressure pills 10 years straight. You need some truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not working, so it's like
Yeah.
Man. And that's a good point too that Luke made, man. You know, it's definitely the case. Both of y'all's points about knowledge being there and about facts instead of belief.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show again, it's really not that hard to get started going in this direction. I mean, I'm 45, you know, my gray hairs show up, but you know, I don't got a lot of wrinkles and stuff on my face, and I'm grateful to look the way that I do for my age.
Absolutely.
But people look at me, this is what I get a lot. Oh, well, you probably been slim all your life and you got a quick metabolism. I'm like, I said, no, there's work.
Yeah.
Like me and Luke were kind of joking about that. I tell people, I mean, I'm more than happy to give out what I joke around and call, you know, skinny guy secrets. I'll tell you all the things that I do, but the key is you have to do them.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, this is a good idea, and that's a good idea, and that's a good idea, and you're not doing it because it's doing you no good.
you gotta be
You know what I'm saying?
consistent too.
You do got to be consistent, bro.
And then like your cousin, he's 68 years old.
Man.
You have to understand the key thing is this right here. Age is not your age. Age is degeneration.
Indeed.
Once your organs start degenerating, then you become old, then you die off.
Most definitely.
But as long as you're eating food to replenish your cells, you don't get old.
Most definitely.
He's 68 and he looks good.
Man,
He's
one,
not
one day
degenerating.
we're gonna bring him on to y'all, and then y'all be like, I can't believe it. You will not believe that he's 68. You meet him too. Like I said, we have to roll up and meet him because you're both
Do
of
a
y'all
show
dig
on
him.
him.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, and like I said,
Yeah.
he's heavy, man, as far as the history too. But anyway, man, this has just been great, man. I'm blessed to have you. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it,
Yeah.
bro.
Thank
Chop
you.
it up with us, man,
Thank
about
you.
this. And like I said, y'all, take these gems, man. You know what I'm saying? We're building. You know what I'm saying? And come see this brother right here. He's got a lot of good
man.
things he's doing to help us and everybody else, man. Come see him.
I
You know
am
what I'm
at
saying?
Healing
He's a healer.
Code on Facebook. Y'all can look me up. The page is called Healing Code. You can look me up on Facebook, Instagram. It's the same. And when you come see me, don't come to me looking for pills or anything like that, because my company moves with integrity. My company, our motto is healing is the rule.
Indeed.
So if you come here, be ready to heal. That way you can keep me looking good.
And it's
I am trying
solution-based.
to, solution based.
Everything is solution based, like I said.
Yeah.
You know, he helps everybody, but also helping,
Everybody.
solutions for everybody and helping African Americans and anyone, what I'm saying, that's trying to heal. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot out there that's there to harm you. Look at agribusiness. Agribusiness says it's the agribusiness, it's the food business. When you got food that has more, food-like substance in it than actual food itself. Again, you go back to what you think what that is. You got a company like McDonald's owning the majority of the farming in the country. There's a problem with that.
You're damn right.
There's a problem with that. They should not be on so many levels. That's even another discussion.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, like I said, man, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like I always do.
Good.
Come see this brother, man. You know what I'm saying? He's healing.
Yeah.
And we get all the links.
Yeah.
We get all the links in the bio.
Oh, okay, cool. And remember, they are feeding y'all medication disguised as food.
Indeed.
So y'all have to be conscious of that.
Indeed.
Buy all organic whenever you possibly can. I know it gets expensive, but medical bills will be expensive too if you don't be conscious of it.
Way more.
Buy organic.
Plus painful.
Yeah. You lose your house over that.
Yeah, and if you've watched some things like this that have been motivational for health before, or you've been on this journey, like maybe hopefully, this one just like really think about it, man, and like do the research, make that change.
Yeah. Or tap in with me on Facebook at Damon Fontleroy on Facebook as well. But my business page is Healing Code.
Indeed.
Yeah, leave us any questions in the comments, anything we talked about, and then we could shout out to you and
absolutely
get some answers.
Yeah, and check out the episode, man. Anything that you heard, man, again, take the gems from it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been gems dropped by Luke and by Damon, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here reacting, but
everybody, man.
It's just we're, like I said, connecting and building, man. We wish y'all the best, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
This was dope, man. This was dope. This was dope. This was dope. Yo, this was dope.
Delivered, man.
This was good. Dope, man.